Hello ladies and gentlemen, Sigvald here and welcome to yet another video. This is more like a follow-up to my video about should you play Injustice 2 Mobile in 2020. In this video we will be talking about the problems that the Injustice 2 Mobile faces, why I think they are using a bad marketing system and how to fix it. So this will be a pretty long video, so buckle up. There will not be anything relevant on the screen except for the fighting, so this is more like a podcast, so there is absolutely no problem if you just listen to this in the background and do something else. If not, then you are more than welcome to look at my secondary account grinding. And before we get into this video, we need to clarify a few things. First of all, this is my personal opinion. If you have a different opinion, let me know down in the comments and we can discuss about it. It doesn't mean I'm right about every single thing I say, because at the end of the day I'm a human being and I'm susceptible to making mistakes. Then, in terms of spending your money, I will only give advice, and again from my personal opinion, but at the end of the day, it's still your money that you work for, and no matter what I say, you are the final judge of how you spend your money, and because it's your money, you are always right. Then I understand the point that the developers need to make money in order to keep this game running, keep a team working on it and keep making updates, but I think there are other ways and much better ways to make money while at the same time being fair to the audience. And at the same time, I understand that this game is free to play and it should have a low progress in order to make people donate in order to progress faster, because that is how free to play mobile game works. I totally get that. Now let's break down every single problem that I have identified. Then I will talk about how to introduce things that will make the game much better for the community and the new players. And after that I will talk about how to actually still make money after doing these changes and what marketing system should you implement. So, first of all, we are going to talk about the less and less gears problem. So, right now there are a lot of gears that you can only get by a random raid drop. And honestly, as a system, I would have no problem with that if it was introduced since the beginning of the game. The system that you get a random object to equip on a character from a raid boss and you can only get it from there or with the real money is present in many other games, and it works as a system. I have absolutely no problem with it. It makes the progress a little bit slower for everybody, but it applies to everybody. But the problem with this is that this was not introduced since the beginning of the game. At the beginning of the game, every single gear in the game would either be found in the League Store, in the Arena Store, in the campaign, or in the challenges for that specific character, or for some specific characters in the operations. So you would get every single gear more or less at the point where you wanted it to get. You wouldn't have to rely on random raid drop. And the fact that right now it relies on a random raid drop, this only affects the new players, because the old players already have all the gears that are going to be hard to get right now. And this is a problem because the game is already 3 years old. And I think the developers should have the opposite approach, because as the game gets older and older, you should make it more and more accessible to new players and more easy to get into in order to still attract players after such a long time after launch. A second thing that we're going to talk about is legendary characters. Back in the day there was one single legendary character, which was Arkham Knight Batman. And he was not really marketed that much, and he was more like you are happy if you get it and you don't care if you don't. Then Darkseid came, he came with a huge hype, and he was introduced to be sold with real money. And I guess it sold since they continued with this marketing thing. And they found out that legendaries make money, and after that point they mostly only made legendary characters. And I understand that this is good for money, but this is bad for most players, because legendary characters are hard to get. In the offers in the shop they are at a very high price, And this just creates very much frustration for the new player, because the new player sees the legendary characters as above gold characters. And in some cases that is right, but there's nobody that is going to tell people that you don't have to have a legendary character in order to progress through the game. So they will go ahead and waste all their resources and all their gems, and all they are going to get is frustration. And by doing that, they will get a bad vibe from the game, and they might even quit the game and not play it again. And that is most definitely not beneficial for the game. And the thing is, there is such a long time since a gold character hasn't been released. If I'm not wrong, the last gold character released was either Shazam or King of Atlantis Aquaman. I'm not very sure about that. Correct me if I'm wrong. But the thing is, the last few characters that were released, except for Deadshot who got reworked, were legendary characters. And while I understand you see this as a good marketing thing, it is good for making money in the moment, but it's not good for an investment in the future in your player base. So what I suggest do is you keep putting out legendary characters, because they of course make you money, but at the same time you keep a good balance. And you introduce more gold characters that are very good characters, like Shazam was, like King of Atlantis Aquaman was, and that are achievable by the arena seasons or by the league store. So most players can get them, and most players can be grateful for them. And that way you are going to keep a balance between making money from making legendary characters and making people happy because you put characters in the game that everybody has more or less access to them. Now we're going to get into the last topic before we get to the next section of this video, which will be the loot boxes offers. First of all, the loot boxes offers are 100% a toxic concept. I'm talking about the loot boxes that you're going to get from the special offers that are going to cost real money and have a random chance to drop one of 5 or 6 characters or 3 characters, as it was with the League of Anarchy chest, and the rest is going to be a random gold drop. And the problem that I have with this is that it's 100% a loot box and it is gambling. Like, if this chest was introduced into the game as being buyable with gems, I would have no problem with it. I would still most likely wouldn't buy it for those specific characters if they had very low chances, but the 5-star guaranteed character, it's a pretty good deal. But the problem is that it is a loot box. When it is into the shop, you give the player a choice. You either spend your hard-earned gems on it, or you buy gems with real money. But when it is only in the offer shop, they have no choice. You either spend money for it, or you don't have access to this. And because this is only money achievable, it should have much better odds in my opinion. And there are a lot of gold characters that are very bad in those kind of chests. Like, if you don't get one of the specified characters, you are going to get characters like Cheetah and Swamp Thing. And the least thing you could do would be to put better gold characters into those chests, because I don't think if you give people good gold characters, you are going to get a backlash on your financial income. You're only going to avoid frustration. And when I see those chests and when I see what gold characters still drop from some of those chests, I think that some of the people who make these offers really have no idea how the game works, and really have no idea that Swamp Thing, Unbreakable Cyborg, and Cheetah and stuff like that are characters that nobody really wants. And when you get a character like that from a chest like that, it leaves a very sour taste into your mouth about the game, and it leaves you very questioning if you should play that game anymore. And that is a very big problem. Right now I have discussed the main problems with the game right now, and I'm going to talk about how to actually fix the game, and in my opinion, and what changes should be made. And after that I'm going to talk about how they could still make money after that. Of course, I'm not an expert in marketing and in money making, and in the part of how to make money I'm most likely going to talk bullshit, but maybe, just maybe, I'll have some decent ideas. And in the part about how to fix it for the community, I think I can relate, because I have an older account and at the same time I have a new account that I have just started a month ago, and I also have the new player perspective. Okay, now let's talk about how to be able to fix it for the community. First of all, you should bring back the challenges for characters like Last Life the Joker. There are a lot of challenges that were at some point available and never came back. And this is only harmful to the new players, because a new player will take a very long time to unlock those characters from random chests, while another player had access to those challenges, and also for characters like Last Left the Joker had much more time playing raids to get a random chance to drop gears for him or shards for him. So it would be very much appreciated if you bring back the old challenges that you have gotten out, and you don't do anymore some of the very bad challenges with very bad characters, like Soulstealer Dr. Fate or the Cheetah challenge. Like, nobody wants that, and nobody is going to farm that except new players that don't know those characters are not good enough, and when they will find out they are not good enough, it would be too late, and they would realize that they have wasted so much energy. A second thing would be to rotate gears in the arena store. There are a lot of gears that were taken out from the arena store, and I honestly don't have any problem with that as long as they come back. The thing is, as I said, developers still need to make money, so this is a system I suggest. You leave the gears in the arena store at all time for the characters that you can buy shards from in the arena store, because that's basically a must. Why should you be able to buy a character from the arena store if you don't have their gears at the ready? That is always to stay. And then for the other gears, there are characters in the arena seasons. So I say you divides the characters into 4 parts, and think about how to rotate them. Yeah, and you will rotate your characters as you usually do in the arena season, and you will also rotate their gears. So you will make it that the gears that are available in the arena store will change for the characters that are not buyable from there and they are available in the arena season, will change like once a month. And you will not put in that month gears that are for the characters that you will be able to unlock through arena season in that specific month, but you will put it in the next month or after 2 months. That way you can also put offers in the special offer store in order to make some money, and at the same time you reward patience. Like, you've unlocked a character from the arena store, let's say Black Adam, and he doesn't have the gears in the arena store right now. You can buy them with an offer, or you can wait 1 month or 2 months and get them for free in the arena store. I think this is a very good system that keeps a balance between making all the gears available and at the same time making some money. Okay, so next thing. You should add more gold characters to the arena store and rotate them. There are a few characters that were taken out from the arena store, and the most notable would be Cyborg, Justice League Cyborg. And at the same time, there's still the problem that you make it harder for the new players as your game gets older, and that is a bad marketing system. And at the same time, there are some characters in the arena store that are totally useless, like Telekinetic, Gorilla Grodd, and Catwoman. And a lot of the characters in there are just achievable by doing the campaign. And if they're farmable from the campaign, I simply see no point in seeing them there. So first of all, remove the characters that have no point in being in the arena store, and then maybe add a few more characters and add just like with the gears, rotate them once every few months. So the players won't have access at any time at that specific character, and they will be tempted to get them from the chest, but at the same time, if they are patient, they will be able to eventually get that character from the arena store, in order to yet again create a balanced system. Another thing, be more transparent with your chances on the guaranteed shards chest. The main problem I find with the guaranteed shard chest is that when there is a shard chest for things like Batman Ninja guaranteed shard chest, there are only written the chances for the main characters that you can get with the Batman Ninja characters, and then the other value is going to be 80% or something like that chances for gold shards. But those chances for gold shards are not explained or divided. It doesn't say anywhere what is the chance to get 160 gold shards for a random gold character, what chances are to get 80 shards for random gold characters, what chances are to get 40, and what chances are to get 20. And that is a very big lack of transparency, and I would honestly like that fixed. Fix the talent and gear reroll system. I have no problem with those. Those are very good implemented, but they have only one not very big but annoying flaw. When you are rerolling with the talents and the gears, you can get the same stats. So I would reroll 12% defense, and I would get 12% defense, and I would be like, well, I rerolled it. It means I wanted another bonus. Why do I get the exact same thing that I had before? Why was my gold 100% wasted? And at the same time, the thing that is even worse is that you can get lower values for those things. Like I roll 12% defense and I get a 6% defense. And I'm like, well, of course I want to replace the 12% defense with a 6% defense reroll. That makes a lot of sense. So that is a problem that happens with the talents and also with the gears, and it's even more frustrating when it happens with the gears, because the reforges in this game are very rare. And that brings me to the next point, a stable way to put more reforges into the game, as you have yourself identified this problem in recent times and you have increased the chances for reforges when shattering gears, would be to just add one more reforge a day in the daily task. There's currently a daily task which rewards upgrading a gear once by one reforge, and you can make it even upgrade 2 gears a day and get 2 reforges. This will be a very appreciated thing in the game and it will go a long way. At the same time, fix Champions Arena, and there's one easy way to fix it. The problem with Champions Arena right now is the fact that there are a lot of very low threat teams in all the divisions, and that happens because a lot of players don't want to put their strong teams in there because they can't use them when attacking. I know you have fixed the defense team in order to fix win trading, but by doing this you have made win trading even worse, and right now it's only rewarded how many matches you play, not how good you are or how good built your characters are. And there's one very simple way to fix this. And that very simple way to fix this would be to lock the defense system as they are locked right now and make them not changeable during the arena season, but at the same time make the characters that are in the defense team also able to attack. That way you make a strong defense system because the players don't have a problem with putting their strongest characters there, since they can only also use them for attacking. At the same time, you will need to do some changes to the leagues, and one specific change will be the most important and is the most asked for. Make the leader be able to see how many credits each player donated towards the raid funding. This is a very big problem and a very big thing that is asked for. This should have been implemented since the leagues were introduced, but I guess it is never too late and it will be very much appreciated. And the last thing that would make it so much better for the community: do something with the extra shards. Make us be able to do something with the extra shards. And yes, we can donate them in the league, but some shards are just useless and they don't benefit anybody. If you even let us convert 50 extra shards for only one prismatic shard, that will still be something good and that will go a long way for most people. So those are my ideas on how to make the game better and more fair to all the players. And while doing this, let's see how you can also make, in my opinion, more money. Like, not really more money, I'm not sure about how much money you make now and how much money you would make after this. Let's say how to still make money off of the game. Because of course it's a free-to-play game and you need to make money in order to run it. And I understand that totally. So, first of all, you should lower the prices of 2 and 3 star offers on the legendary characters. Because the legendary characters are very popular and they are making you money right now. But if you lower the prices, you will get more money out of them because more and more people would be able to afford it and more people would see it as a fair offer. Well, I still wouldn't buy it, but that's maybe because my country has very bad financial value and it's a very bad deal for me. But for most people, if you would cut maybe in half the price of the legendary character, they would see it as a very good buy and you will sell much more. Put ads in the game. Not must-watch ads, that would be the worst thing you could do, to do must-watch ads. But ads like watch an ad in order to get something, like it is introduced right now in the Mortal Kombat mobile. In the Mortal Kombat Mobile, for example, you can refresh energy by watching an ad, or you can get a few souls by watching an ad. Souls are the equivalent over there for gems. So you could do the same. You could put it available to refresh your energy 2 times a day by watching an ad, and at the same time make you able to earn 10 gems for watching an ad up to 5 times a day. By doing this, you don't really give that much away, but at the same time it's a big enough value for some people to want to do it. And at the same time, only by giving them a choice to do it, a lot of people would be more willing to do this in order to support your game. Another thing to make money would be to do Reforge offers with real money, but make sure it's a fixed amount of Reforges at a fair price. I would say, for example, $10 to $20 for 100-150 Reforges would be a fair offer, but that is not up to me to figure out. I just gave you the concept and you should come up with the specific values. Another way to make money is at the same time to implement gear packs for characters like you have in the past done in the offers, but make them level 60 or level 70 gears, all of them. But at the same time make sure those gears are available for free for everybody, so this way you create a balance. In the first place, you can get them for free and slowly grind them all the way to level 60 or 70, but at the same time, if you have a lot of money to spare, you get a free boost in order to progress through the game. And I think there would be a lot of people that would be up to buy level 60 or level 70 gear packs as long as they are a fair price, and since there's no real-time PvP into the game, this would not impact the game as much in terms of being paid to win. Just make sure you make it available to everybody, but a little harder to get. And the last conclusion is overall be nice to your player base, because the more nice you are to your player base, the more likely they are to put money into the game and to support you. And here I'm going to give an example. I don't know how relatable this example is. There's a game for PC this time that has no relevance towards this game, but it's called Path of Exile. And all you need to know about Path of Exile is that this is a free-to-play game, and all the purchases that you can make are cosmetic only. For example, skins for the characters that you are using. And those skins are not behind loot boxes, and you simply pay, let's say, $10 for a certain skin. And that is a very healthy thing to do, and the developers were so fair to the player base and upgraded the game so often that the player base, even they don't want it or they don't need it that many skins, they simply bought skins in order to support the game, and the skins were all made, and this game is making money while being 100% free to play and only selling cosmetics. So if that can be done for them, it can be also done for you. So in conclusion to all this long video, as the game gets older, you should get more and more beginner friendly in order to attract more players and make them stay, because I don't know how much this game will survive in the future if you keep up this marketing system. And I honestly like this game very much, and I would like it to last over the years, but I don't have high hopes for it if things stay this way. With all that being said, thank you very much for watching. I hope you find my opinions interesting. If you know anybody who would want to see that video, please share it, because I want this video to reach as many people as possible. And thank you very much for watching. Comment down below with any opinion or any question that you might have, and I'll see you in the next one.